Hi, and welcome. I hope welcome back to Play It Loud. I wanted to expand on a recent video, Joni Mitchell's Jazz Box. I was so excited at the time that I listened to the first two albums. They're wonderful, and I needed to share this, to share it with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please like or subscribe. I'd appreciate it. But I want to come back into it just for a few minutes, because I've now had the opportunity to listen to the whole box. It doesn't disappoint. There's 8 vinyl albums. I think it's over roughly the same number of CDs. It's available on vinyl and on CD, and now I've seen it on streaming services, so you can listen to this, and I really advise you to do so. This is Joni Mitchell as she's not recognised. Talk to the man on the Clapham omnibus and he'll say, oh yeah, both sides now, a big yellow taxi, maybe Woodstock. Joni Mitchell, the quote folk singer, unquote. She's not. She's an excellent vocalist and did far more jazz inflected vocals than I knew, and I think I've got every Joni Mitchell album, but inevitably you don't listen to some of them very much. And as I stated before, the Mingus album, I think rightly, did not get great reviews, and it doesn't sit well, but this box does. So let's talk about the vinyl briefly for a minute, because the vinyl is flat, quiet, excellently produced. It says in the production notes that it's been remastered, in occasions I think remixed. Is it noticeable? No, I don't think it is. They're excellent, but would you buy it for an audiophile? No, you probably wouldn't. Joni Mitchell stuff was very well recorded to start with, and this doesn't say an awful lot different about it. But the sequencing of the tracks is absolutely superb. I stated before that the first album, you could be in Ronnie Scott's. It's intimate, it's in your face, it's a beautiful sequencing. And inevitably over 8 albums, some of the sequencing isn't as good as that. That is a really high bar. But there's 2 albums in particular where there are tracks that I don't think have ever been recorded on or put on vinyl before. They're tracks from Travelogue and the Both Sides Now re-release, the one that she did with orchestras with big backings. On the book here, it tells you, look at this bit, that is a list of some of the musicians on one of those albums. Very big backings, and it's very well sequenced because, yeah, it's a big band album. There's 2 albums in particular that seem to have a lot from those particular originally CDs, and all the better for it. It's great stuff. So you've got an intimate Joni in a club, and you've got Joni, the big band, not quite doing Sinatra, and certainly not Ella Fitzgerald, but something that I don't think anybody else has quite achieved the way that she did. Okay, let's come back to the book for a minute. This is perhaps the most disappointing thing about the box. I say again, great records, great pressings, lovely covers, but this is a little flimsy. It's it gives you some information, but it's not well put together. And when you get back to the last page, which I'll show again, this is a list of the albums and a list of the musicians that were on those albums and a reference to each track on each LP. Sadly, for people like me, and I venture to suggest there's quite a few, I can barely read this. You need a magnifying glass to go through it in detail, and that's a pity, because they could have put another couple of pages in. They could have made it bigger. They could have they could have made it more accessible, and that's a shame, but there you go. Okay, on to some of the things that I didn't mention before, which I ought to. There's, apart from the list of albums, there's a short list of tracks that have come from albums that didn't have Joni Mitchell as the main artist. Specifically, From There to Here, a Kyle Eastwood album. I've got to be honest, I didn't know it. Okay, previously unreleased demo with one of her lovers on drums. I'm sure you'll know who it was. And it's very good. Okay, Gershwin's World, Herbie Hancock. Know that. Lovely recording. Really good stuff. River, the Joni Letters, Herbie Hancock. Somebody else, great jazz musician, who enlisted her to help. And then there's a track from the Complete Geffen recordings, which again I don't think has been available on vinyl before. So in addition to her albums, they picked from a couple of other musicians' catalogues in order to bump it out. But I'll say for the last time, beautifully sequenced, lovely recordings, a real pleasure to listen to. So Joni and Jazz, listen to it and play it loud.